good, and I saw lots of pictures in the paper this week about that royal premiere on Monday night.
Oh, yes, that was fun, actually. It's the first time I've met Charles and I. Funny thing was, when we were sitting down for the thing, for the actual film, we were sitting in the front row of the Royal Circle, I suppose it is, and my girlfriend, Brogan Lane, was sitting next to Di, and I was a little late because I had to go to the bathroom. And everything's falling apart these days.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so I crept in, you know, and Brogan is already sitting next to Di, and I sat down, and Charles was a little confused. He said, where are we sitting? And I said, well, I think just over here, actually. There's a big precipice there, nothing there at all. I thought he was making a joke about that, and I sat down. About 5 minutes into the film, I thought, oh, yes, I should be next to Princess Di, and Brogan should be the other way, you know, boy, girl, and I forgot all about that. But, you know, protocol does tend to trickle down one's leg at a certain age.
Yeah. But we obviously also saw the photographs of Brogan. Now, we know that you have an eye for a very pretty lady.
No.
She looks lovely. How did you meet her?
Well, actually, she was on a film, was it 4 years ago, dear? Yeah, about 4 years ago. And she's back there somewhere, eating sandwiches. And
dried strawberries even, yes.
Even dried strawberries, and whoever else, I don't know and don't care. And anyway, it's a jet lag, you know, against you. And she was on a film called 6 Weeks. She was doing a small part, and I.
Is that what you gave her?
Yeah,
6 weeks.
Is that what I gave her?
6 weeks.
Did you hear that?
I meant the 6 weeks.
Is that what I? No, I actually was quite besotted, but we didn't actually get together till recently. We happened to meet in an LA restaurant and Los Angeles restaurant, and. Oh, it's funny, when I first went to LA and did a stage show, I went backstage and in LA, and they had all the fire stuff on the wall, axes and fire hoses, and it said, La Fire Department. I didn't read it as LA, it was La Fire Department. Oh, I'm home.
Just going back slightly to the ladies, though, because, you know, we all like the gossip and all
Oh,
of that.
yeah. Oh, no. Yeah.
But you're rather partial. I mean, I say this as a 5'1", 5'2". You're rather partial to a tall lady.
Well, they're all taller than me. I mean, I'm 5'2.5", you know.
We're the same size.
We are the same size, yes, I know.
You like the tall ladies, then?
Well, I don't really. I've not got any preference. I mean, in fact, my wives were 5'5" each, which is not... that's not going it too much, I don't think. Brogan is 5'8", isn't it, Dan? No, it just happens that everybody is taller than I am, mainly. And God, I love it. I've grown to love it.
No problems about height, mind you, in the new movie.
No, not in the new movie, Santa Claus. I was faced on the first day with the disgusting experience of facing 500 elves, all my size. I came out in a cold sweat when I first put that elf costume on. It's slightly depressing to go out on the set and see all these small men. You suddenly feel a chill, you know, I don't know what it is. But it was fun doing that film, mainly.
If you want to go into the business, you're dreaming of Hollywood. You've made it in Hollywood, very much made it there. Is it as accurate as we imagine from this side of the Atlantic? We hear of all these wild parties, the social life, the orgies. True?
Oh, you've hit a nerve there, Gloria. No, I don't know. Hollywood is really just a term. It doesn't really exist as it did in the old days, and I think California gets rather maligned in the process. But it is extraordinary going there and seeing all the old stars like Jimmy Stewart and Fred McMurray and so forth. I met Gene Kelly there. Now, Gene Kelly I've loved from an early age. When I was a kid, I used to, play him on the gramophone and try and look down the speaker to see how he was singing and all that stuff. And so I have enormously affectionate memories. And I went up to him at a party. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. And I started saying, listen, I have always, and before I said, he said, don't let's talk about my films, let's talk about your films. And he started talking about 10, and it was really strange for me to see an idol there, and he actually knew I existed, and it was thrilling.
It's good, then.
And it's wonderful to see these actors in the flesh, and out of the flesh, of course.
Really?
Yeah.
Any in particular?
Well, I mean, I suppose I've run into quite a few of them now, I suppose. You know, Frank Sinatra and, well, that's it.
Well, yeah, that's the other big sex symbol, I mean, apart from yourself, to come out of Hollywood recently was Rambo. Now, what does Rambo have that you don't?
Rambo, what does he have that I don't? Well, tone, basically.
Tone.
A lot of tone on the pectoral muscles, I think. No, I'm starting to do a Scottish sly. Goofer. No. He's an extraordinary man. I mean, to build up his body like that, I just can't be bothered.
Have you tried it?
No, I've not tried it. No, I've done the odd diet. You know, you get sort of you live there long enough, and you get bamboozled with diets. I used to eat. Actually, it worked for me. I used to eat a big breakfast, trout and Brussels sprouts and broccoli. It was great. I used to be very unhungry till about 5, and then I used to have a couple of bars of chocolate. But it was a great diet. It used to work. It's a very boring anecdote, but it had to be said.
You know, when you're on the beach, when you have this great beach house, it's available, by the way, July the 17th for 2 weeks. Well, what do you do on the beach?
What do I do? Well, I get me bucket and spade, and no, I don't really do much. I don't really go out there very much, as a matter of fact. I've got a very modest little house on the beach, and I'm not in Malibu where all the big knobs hang out, you know. But, I'm at the Marina del Rey Peninsula, which is sort of about an hour down the coast, and I just like to look out at the water. I've never lived on the water. There is a joke there somewhere, but and I just love it. I love the weather. I mean, I don't miss the seasons. I don't really miss autumn and all that stuff.
But when you do come back to Britain, I mean, is there anything that you like to do while you're here, or even buy while you're here?
First thing I do is get some Cox's Orange Pippins. I love Cox's Orange Pippins. If I had those out in California, I wouldn't eat chocolate. I adore them, and that's the first thing I do. I now feel sort of slightly dislocated. I come back and I see everything changing. You know, I go to different places and I see different buildings and different people. It makes me feel a little strange and a little sad somehow, because it is. I think as you get older, that happens to you.
So are you lost to Britain forever? Do you think you're going to stay in the States?
Well, I happened to be there just by accident. You know, I was doing a show for 2 years with Peter Cook, and we ended up in '75 in Los Angeles, and I was with Tuesday World, who wanted to start doing films again in Los Angeles. So we stayed for a year, and over that period of time, I couldn't see that wind up. Getting very boring now, you know. Get the dogs out, you know. Oh, my peripheral vision is still here, you see. Peripherally, I'm wonderful. But anyway, Tuesday wanted to stay, and I gradually acquired friends and a love for the place. And it's not the best place in the world to look at. In fact, it's a shambles. But I stay there because I love some people out there, and I got me piano, and that's about all I need.
All you need in life, really.
Except for some Coxes.
Some Coxes. Well, Dudley, it's smashing to see you. We give you 15 out of 10. Thoroughly enjoyed seeing you today. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Laura. I love it. Thank you.